Well, we got done planting last week. We finished up our last 100 acres earlier in the week. That day I was running the rock picker. We finished up probably our last 20 or 30 acres while it was sprinkling. We were throwing seed in and finishing everything off while we were getting sprinkled on. I was driving 6 miles an hour. We were busting our tails to get done, and we did. We finished up right by the yard, drove the tractor in the shed, and 10 minutes later it was downpouring. So that was good. We got everything in the ground. We got our corn in the ground, our beans in the ground. All of our acres are planted, and we got a rain on it. We got a good head start. It was really warm a couple of weeks ago, so the corn was taking in those growing degree units, which is a unit of measurement we use to kind of let us know how far along, how mature our corn is. So that was really good. We got everything in almost record time. For as far north as we are, anytime we can get everything in really early, that's a good thing for us. So we got a good head start on everything. But what happened a couple of nights ago was that it got down to about 29 degrees for an hour. And it doesn't kill the plants. Well, it'll kill the beans if you've got your beans up too far. We've got beans that are just breaking the surface, but they're not through yet. They're going to be okay. They were still underneath the soil, so that isn't going to be too big of a deal. But the corn, I'll show you here. You can see this corn was up 3-4 inches tall last week, and this plant here is going to survive. It got burned a little bit or frozen a little bit down here. This bottom leaf will die off and rot away. That isn't going to be a big deal. But you can see that one got it. If you walk up here farther, you can see these all got smoked pretty good, or I guess frozen. And what'll happen here, the good news here is that this, what you see here, is dead. This is gonna rot away. It isn't too big of a deal. Underneath the ground here though, the growing point for these plants is still below the soil. So it would have to get awfully cold to kill these off all the way. Let's see if I can get it out of there. Here you can see everything is still growing. There's the seed right there still. These roots are still alive. This seed is still growing. The growing point's down here. It's still buried underneath the dirt, and this plant is going to keep growing. So this is going to take off, and what'll happen is it'll grow right up through the center of this plant. Right up through the center shoot here, or through the whorl where it's kind of twisted up right in the middle of the plant. A new plant will start growing right out of there. Green leaves will take off out of there this week. We're supposed to get more heat this week, so these fields will come back to life. What it did is it probably set us back 10 days or a week at least. So it's too bad. We had a good head start. We had a good thing going. But we're going to be all right. It set us back. It's disappointing. You know, it's definitely not what we hoped for, but the good news is that it didn't get cold enough to kill the plants off. So the plants are still alive. They're going to be okay. It's just going to set them back, and we'll kind of watch that throughout the season. We'll see what they do, and I'll show you once they start growing through, I'll show you what it looks like. It looks kind of weird with dead leaves laying on the ground outside of a new growing plant. So it's kind of interesting to see, but I'll show you guys that. I wanted to give you an update and let you know what happened here this week and what we've been doing. We got our sprayer fixed. We had some breakdowns on that last week. We got that fixed, so hopefully that'll be up and going, I would think, tomorrow. And we'll probably be doing a bunch of spraying this week, so we'll get to show you guys that. Thanks for watching.